and welcome to No Access Required. So, in the modern world, and I know something about this because I'm an old git, in the modern world, it's every company's duty to remain relevant. We are being drenched with adverts for companies who are trying desperately to remain relevant. Look what our product does now. It does this now. There's an advert on YouTube for toothbrushes made out of, I think it says they're made out of surgical grade aluminium or something like that. Well, for the last 20 years, we've had people telling us that aluminium shouldn't be put in your body in any way, shape or form. But no. Black is white, up is down, good is... Nothing is as it seems. To wit, we have Xbox. Now, I've talked about Xbox in the last video, but as they keep punching themselves in the face, it's difficult not to rubberneck them as you go past, isn't it? Day after day, these stories just will not quit, and it doesn't matter what Xbox says. Walmart and Target are committed partners for Xbox and its accessories, etc. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that for a second. Those stores are going to continue to stock accessories. But when you've got pictures out there of Xbox displays that have Nintendo products in them, if I was a senior manager at Xbox, and I was in retail-facing area of the business, I would be going off my trolley. Because it's my job to make sure that all you see as the customer is confidence and relevance. So, Xbox made a statement. They've got at least one more console left in them, apparently. What shape that console takes? Well, that's an interesting question. Digital Foundry have speculated on all kinds of different permutations attached to that bit of kit. And they're all valid, of course. For me personally, I think that the more modular they make it, the better it will be. So, what would it take to save Xbox's face right now? Well, I'm glad you asked. What it would take, in my humble opinion, and I've only been gaming for like 40 odd years, so, take it with a pinch of salt. They need to make a console. They need to make it fully backwards compatible. Somehow, now I'm not a technical head, and so I don't care. I'm just telling you what's required. If they want to undo everything that they've done, and I mean, it's not just, it's everything, isn't it? It's the failed games, the massive acquisition, the fact that it's obvious to all and sundry they've spread themselves far too thinly, and they've upped the price of Game Pass in order to recoup, well, I say some of that cash. The amount they've put it up by, it won't be long before they've recouped it all. But then gamers are doing what gamers should do in a democracy, and that is vote with their wallets. And the cancellations apparently are still going on. So what would it take to save them? A console of some description. It should be entirely backwards compatible. It should have a huge library. It should have a good controller. In all fairness, controllers have been Xbox's strong point, I think. It's just the rest of the kit that's a bit of a shame. Recently, at least. The not so important bits like the console. So, backwards compatible, massive library. It needs to be forward-looking, really, doesn't it? The console just doesn't have to be modern. It has to appear modern. It has to say to the customer, look, you're safe with us for the next 10 years. And their last offering didn't really say any of that. If they introduce a virtual reality interface, oh, and I can hear you all know, virtual reality, it's dead. Another group of you saying, virtual reality, it's brand new. Another group of people who can't make their minds up going, is it new, is it dead, who knows? But I tell you what I do know. It's got to have all the bells and whistles. And I mean all the bells and whistles. Because they've burnt up so much goodwill over the last 5 years. It's unbelievable to think about. So it has to be modular. Everything from the faceplates, the boxes, the controllers. They have to make it so it speaks to everything. My Xbox that I've got up there, which looks like a big black square turd right now, needs, in its new iteration, to speak to everything and anything. I've got a PlayStation there. I've got a VR unit there. If my Xbox can talk to, let's just say, any VR headset, the new Xbox speaks to anything on the market. You can plug in any bit of kit. After all, they want to make everything an Xbox. Why does it have to stop at handhelds? Why doesn't it include other people's kit? Because that's the smart play right there. As soon as PlayStation made that speak to PCs, people went bananas. And they're having a great time on a headset which is a few years old now. If you let me plug in anything to that, and then the console, like it used to, does crazy things on screen when you're playing music, and who knows what else, well, count me in. You can't cheap out. You've got to go deep, right up to the nameplate, or don't bother ringing me. But don't tell me how to play. Don't make me spend $1,000 on a handheld. Because what's coming down the pipe, the new Xbox console, the rumours are that it'll be around, I don't know, $700, $800 to $1,000, $1,200. Well, PCs are sufficiently expensive now that £1,200 doesn't sound like a bad deal. But if my console hasn't got a massive schlong, technically speaking, I may as well buy a PC. I'll just buy the PC. I'll pay the extra, I'll buy the PC. And guess what? I can use that on it. I can use the headset. I've got a huge Steam library. I've got people making mods all over the place for all kinds of stuff. If you're gonna charge that much, after all the missteps, the mismanagement, the faux pas, not reading the room on a constant basis, Xbox, it must be said, then you're dealing yourself out of the game. Slowly, step by step, you're dealing yourself out of a game that you helped create. What a shameful position to be in as a business. You think you're leading, but you're catching up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe, and share if you'd like. And until next time, hold on to your hats, eh?